Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about protecting yourself and your ratings, and what is one of the best ways to protect yourself when it comes to your ratings. Now, I will tell you that hindsight is always 20/20, and we're really trying to shine a light on some of that and pave the road for those that come behind us, or for when you're looking to file your next condition, be it a secondary condition or a primary condition. You want to have this type of information so you can set yourself up for success. Evidence is so crucial when it comes to the development of your claim and the submission of your claim, that it can really set you up for success in the years to come. Leaving things out is not always the best thing to do when it comes to submitting your claim. You want to provide the appropriate and relevant evidence. There's a few things here, and I'm going to jump into it. One, if you need help with your claim because you can't find a free, capable, and competent accredited representative, reach out to us, Evidence-Based VA Claims. Happy to help. Information's in the description and in the comments. Free email consultation, and we will also guarantee that you will get an increase somewhere. Now, if you need medical evidence and your doctor can't, won't, or doesn't, get with my board certified doctors over at AME. They are super solid. They understand VA requirements as it comes into play with your VA disability compensation claims. They know what the VA needs and is looking for. They're board certified doctors that act on your behalf utilizing the information that you already have. They can also diagnose. They can also do DBQs and Nexus Letters and all of that good stuff. They can give you the evidence that you need. Reach out to them. Their information's in the description and in the comments below. They're also running a special through November 11th of 2025. $200 off Nexus Letters if that's what you need. All right, so let's talk about these protections, and I'm going to frame it up like this. The one thing that you should try to demonstrate to the VA in the submission of your claim that is often overlooked, okay? Most people focus on one thing. I'm guilty of sharing two things, but really it should probably be three things that you should really be focused on, three goals as you're putting together and developing your claim for submission. So the one thing that everybody out there talks about is getting service connected, right? Yeah, you got to get service connected. This is what you got to do to get your claim approved. Cool. Everybody knows that. The second piece, and this is something that I always add on, is not just getting service connected. That's kind of half of the puzzle. The other half is being appropriately rated. Okay? Getting the correct rating. How do you do that? Well, you get the correct information from your doctor put onto paper so you can submit it to the VA. What's the correct information? Well, it's as your condition applies to the rating schedule, where do you fall on it, and can I articulate that information into your medical record so we can supply that as evidence to ensure that you get the proper rating. Okay, again, if your doctor can't, won't, or doesn't reach out to AME, they will. All right, so that's two things. Now, again, I'm guilty of just sharing those two things in one kind of go. The third thing, and this goes to the protections aspect, is in the event that you have a condition that is static in nature, you've had it for X number of years and it hasn't ever gotten any better, you really, 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 really want to make sure that you articulate that in your evidence. You want to make sure your doctor really, really articulates that in your medical file, puts it in a Nexus Letter if you needed one, puts it in your DBQ if they completed one. You want to really show the VA, in the event that your condition is static, right? You want to share that it is static in nature, that it is not changing, it is not going anywhere. If you've had a condition, for example, for 7 years and it's never gotten any better, you better make sure your doctor states that. What we end up doing is not doing that, and we end up just giving the VA a current diagnosis, and that's really it, right? Here's my current diagnosis, here's my medication, And here's my link, my Nexus information. All right, so the VA cannot pull out of that. Well, how bad has it been this whole time? Did it slowly get worse? Has it just been the same the whole time? So they're going to fall back on, well, it's probably slowly just increased over time. And we just got this evidence in from 6 months ago. So really that's where the clock is going to start, is the 6 month period, or it's going to start from that C&P exam, where the C&P examiner is getting out that solid, how bad it's been for how long piece. Now the difference, and I'm going to get into the protections piece. Sorry it's taken so long to get there as I front load all of this. The difference between simply showing how bad my condition is as it relates to the rating schedule, and showing how bad my condition is as it relates to the rating schedule and how long it's been like that, meaning that it's been static for X number of years, 6, 7, 8 years, is vastly different and important. The one who doesn't prove that it's static in nature and that it's been there for 5, 6, 7 years is probably potentially going to have a re-examination from the VA. The one who does prove it probably will not have a re-examination from the VA. All right, so let's read through this and then we'll wrap it up. So this is in the 38 CFR. This is the rule book for the VA, and it's regarding re-examinations. And here is this re-examinations, C&P examinations. What can happen at a C&P examination? A re-examination. It could be deemed that the veteran isn't quite as bad as he was or she was the first time, reduction. So that could happen if there's a difference varying in opinion. So scheduling re-examinations, so you want to avoid them if you can. Assignment of a pre-stabilization rating requires re-examination within the first 6 month period following separation from service. Following the initial Department of Veterans Affairs examination, or any scheduled future or other examination, re-examination, if in order, will be scheduled within not less than 2 years, nor more than 5 years. Okay, what are they referring to? They're referring to the 5-year rule. Okay, the VA, they want to recheck you between 2 to 5 years of your rating, essentially, of your last C&P exam. Okay, so you got your C&P exam, a couple months later, you got rated for that condition at X percentage. Now, you're going to have a re-examination potentially between 2 to 5 years. Why between 2 to 5? Because they don't want to go over the 5-year period, because the 5-year mark is a crucial time frame for reductions. Once you go over the 5-year period, the burden of proof is much higher for the VA to prove that your condition has gotten better. Before 5 years, it's pretty easy. So, re-examination within not less than 2 years, nor more than 5 years, within the judgment of the rating board, unless another time period is elsewhere specified. All right, here's where it gets really important. This is under number 2, under scheduling re-examinations for compensation cases. Number 2, no periodic future examinations will be requested. That's a good sentence. In service-connected cases, no periodic re-examination will be scheduled. So no future exam requested or scheduled. How and why? Well, it gives us a list of 6 different things. So, number 1, when the disability is established as static. So it would be pretty good if you worked with your doctor during the development stage of your claim to get your doctor to articulate that your condition is static, if it is static, right? If it's not a static condition, then it's not. But if it is, you want to make sure that you articulate that in your evidence supplied to the VA. So, again, why would you have no future examination requested or scheduled? Well, when your disability is established as static. Next one here is when the findings and symptoms are shown by examination scheduled in in paragraph B21, which is static, of this section, or other examinations and hospital reports have persisted without material improvement for a period of 5 years or more. So, if you have hard medical evidence that shows that your condition is static in nature, or that you have had no periodic material improvement for a period of 5 years or more, make sure that you share that information. Number 3, where the disability from disease is permanent in character and such nature that there is no likelihood of improvement. Number 4, in cases of veterans over 55 years of age, except under unusual circumstances. So that's the 55-year rule. Typically, the older we get, well, you're probably not going to get better from conditions, right? Now, under unusual circumstances, I mean, maybe cancer goes into remission, those types of things. All right, number 5, when the rating is prescribed scheduled minimum rating. So what does that mean? It means that if you're rated for something like tinnitus, and it's 10%, well, that's the lowest that it could be, they can't reduce you lower than the lowest rating available. So why would they schedule a re-examination? It's a waste of time and money, so they're not. So if you have the minimum rating, that condition is considered static. Moving on, the last one here, number 6, where the combined disability evaluation would not be affected if the future examination should result in a reduced evaluation for one or more conditions. That one sounds confusing. What they're saying here is essentially VA funny math is funny. In some cases, you might have a condition that would warrant a future examination, but even if they reduced that condition to a 0, it doesn't change your overall rating. And if that's the case, they're not going to schedule that future examination. For example, somebody has 7 different conditions rated, 6 of them are deemed static, that 7th or 6th one, whatever. 7 conditions, 6 are rated static. The 7th condition is not static condition, but it doesn't matter if it was even a 0%, your overall rating would remain the same. They're not going to mess with it because it doesn't change anything. With that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.